Hello everyone, welcome back to Chen Design Channel. The other day I was driving and saw this logo from Michelin, and I really think this is a very cute logo and I want to turn it into a piece of jewelry. So here we go, inspired by a Michelin logo into a piece of a earring. Chen Design Channel is a channel about sharing Rhino 3D knowledge to students and professionals learning various Rhino 3D techniques. Are you ready? Let's get started. Starting model this earring, we will start with the ellipse tool and we want to go with the center, and I'm going to type it 0 here, and you can do whatever size you want. In this case I'm just eyeball, and I'm going to use the gumball to scale it down. At the same time hit Alt, and then you will see the plus sign, and then that means you copy that one. And then I'm going to move this one up a little bit, and I may need to get it a little bit bigger. So something like that on the bottom is a little bit bigger, volume on the top is slightly smaller. And depends on how much opening you want on this ellipse right there. At this point, what I like to do is move it down a little bit. And then I wanted to have the straight line starting from the center. And I'm going to use the polar array tool. Let's go to the transform, and you have array, and then you have polar array. And depends on how many bump you like to have. The center is 0. And I'm going to try 20 of them and 360 degrees, so I get something like this. Okay. This is going to be our guideline for each of the bump. So what I like to do is to figure out where's the opening. I may not need those 3 right here, and going to use the last 2 and trim off the top one. Okay, so now we have this. It's going to be a good guideline for us to measure where is where. First one, I'm going to scale it down a little bit and also make a copy. The second one from inside, I'm going to scale it up a little bit, approximately equal distance than the one we just made. So now we have those curves that we can snap on. And since we only need to do half of them, so the other half we are going to mirror to the other side. So I'm going to use this one to trim off everything on the left side. So we only need to deal half of them. Okay. Now that's zooming a little bit. What I like to do is I need to create those bumps here. The command I'm going to use is leaving under the curve tool, and then you have this arc from start and point. So start point will be the make sure that intersection is on all snaps. So this is the start point, this is the end point, and we're in the middle. I would like to snapping into the near. So it will be near to this line that we are creating. So let me turn those 2 into the red color. It's easier for you to see. Okay, so I'm gonna repeating this method, and we are going to creating those bump all the way to the top. It doesn't have to be exactly right in the center, as long as it's not too off to the red line, that will be fine. So let's go again to use the arc tool, start and point, and then you pick a midpoint. I'll be really careful. I don't have this long enough to reach here. What I like to do is because we offset there, but we can simply, since this is really tiny, we can simply just move the curve across that line. And if you wanted to be really particular, you can go into the curve tool and you have extend curve. So let's extend this curve from the endpoint and over. So as long as you got this over, and that will be fine. Okay. All right, so we want to finish the very last one. Let's go ahead to snapping into intersection again. All right, so that's the first set. The second set, we are going to do that interior, and then we are doing the same thing. So I'm gonna fast forward here a little bit so you will see better, you will see quicker. So those bump we just create, it's going to be our rail for sweep to. So what I like to do is to actually select all of them and deselect the one I don't need it, those, and also this curve, and this curve, and let's go ahead to join them. So now we have those two rail. We just need a profile. So let's take a look on our perspective. The profile is going to snapping. We're gonna use the arc tool, and we're gonna snapping to this point and this point at the front view. And let's take a look on the right view to create this profile. You can make it really bumpy, or you can make it shallower a little bit like what I did here. All right, so let's give it a try. And before we try, let's record the history so we can change it later. Going to the surface, under surface to sweep to rail, you got rail 1, rail 2, and cross section. All right, so we got a pretty good surface, and then we want to take a look on the side. You can maintain the height, so it will be all the way the same height, but I don't think it's gonna look good, so I'm going to uncheck maintain the height, so it will go proportionally small, lighter, lower and lower. Okay, so if everything look good to you, let's click OK. So now we have this guy right here. All we need to do is to mirror to the other side, and join them together. And that's it will tell you you break the history, so that's fine. And we're gonna mirror one more time from, let's go to the mirror and go from this point to that point, and then join it together. All right, so now we have the shape. Don't forget that on the very top you still have a tiny hole there. What we can do to close up that one, we can use the patch tool, and we can patch this surface. Let's preview it. It will be a very nice small bump there. Okay, we're gonna patch on the other side as well. All right, don't forget to join them so they will be a solid piece if you want to print them. Okay, once you have done the shape, you can take a look on with the gumball and see if you want to increase the thickness to make it rounder if you like to. We are not going to build a mechanism here because most of the time the mechanism is done by manually done by soldering those findings that is already made over there. What I like to show you is how to use a sweep to rail to make this foam. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I want to thank all my supporter, my subscriber, leaving comment on my video. That really helped me a lot, and I hope you enjoy this video as well. Please leave the comment and like and share my video. That's the only way I can keep making free tutorial for you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next Monday.